Please be advised that we are speaking in our own individual capacities and not representing any companies we may work for. We are not your lawyers, and any information given during this podcast does not constitute as legal advice and is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Enjoy the episode.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katie.
And I'm Nicole.
And welcome back to Girls Gone Legal. Welcome back. Episode, we were trying to figure this out, 6 or 7?
Six.
I think it's 6.
Episode
okay.
6.
Episode 6.
We're losing track. We're just having so much fun.
Yes, it's midterms for me, so.
Midterms? Oh my gosh,
Alrighty.
I don't miss that at all.
Yeah, so I'm already brain fog, midterm brain fog. I guess we will talk about the elephant in the room. We're in a new space.
Welcome.
We're already obsessed, but yeah, so if we're a little extra professional today, that's why. Shout out Nicole.
Yes.
Okay, so today is such an exciting episode. It's one that we honestly have been wanting to do ever since we started the podcast.
Especially it was our main idea of like wanting to start this podcast.
It's the main reason we met each other in the first place,
Exactly.
actually. So today's podcast episode is all things entertainment law, with a little bit of women in entertainment law and how we overcome challenges and break barriers. So the reason we picked this is there's a lot of people, including us, like we've said, that have wanted to pursue entertainment law, but what does that really mean? What does that entail?
Yeah. A lot of people ask me that. They're like, what is entertainment law? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, there's so many different aspects in different areas of entertainment law. If it's IP, employment, immigration, there's a vast variety. So today we're gonna talk about all things entertainment law, and we actually have a super special guest who has played a significant role and touched into many of these areas. So we're eager to discuss and hear about the different areas and the different paths and the journey to get there. So we're so excited for that.
Yeah, so we also want to highlight the evolution of the industry. There's an inspiring shift with more women making their mark in entertainment law, and we'll dive into the unique challenges they face in this field. So on that note, please welcome our guest, Elle Gyamfi.
Hello.
Welcome. It is so good to see you.
Nice
We're
to
so
see you
happy
guys
you are
too.
here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course. We're so excited.
So we're going to give you a little bio on Elle. So Elle is a 2017 graduate of New York Law School, 2024 graduate, soon to be. Where she earned her JD with a focus on intellectual property law. Elle is also a 2020 graduate of Cardozo School of Law, where she earned her Master's of Laws, LLM, with a concentration on the fashion, art, media, and entertainment industries. Elle currently serves as counsel in the Marketing and Consumer Affairs Division at a tech and gaming company, where she handles a number of consumer-facing activities, such as drafting, reviewing, and implementing terms of use, data collection terms, and consumer communications.
Elle is also an entrepreneur, the CEO and owner of CounsELLE Collection.
Yes.
CounsELLE, get it? It's a legal-themed jewelry, clothing, accessories, and lifestyle brand. In addition to being an attorney and entrepreneur, Elle is also a lifestyle and content creator. So welcome, Elle.
Thank you guys.
Full jack of all trades. I love it.
Yes. I actually have to tell a funny story before we get into the full
Yes,
episode.
what's your story?
So this is a full circle moment for Elle and I,
Right?
because when I was in law school 2 years ago, I never thought I would be starting a podcast and be sitting here next to Elle with her coming on as a guest. When I was entertainment co-chair of MEFLA, which
I am
Katie is
now.
now, I
was
hosted a
fashion
panel.
chair.
Were you?
We were fashion chair?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
This is-
very full
we're
circle.
representing MEFLA right now,
Yeah.
New York Law
Hello.
School.
Hashtag Mefla.
Yeah.
Yes. So I had a contracts negotiation panel where we drafted up a mock contract, and Elle came in and she spoke on it, and it was an amazing panel. And ever since then, I was like, I want to keep in touch with Elle, and now she's here.
Amazing.
So full circle moment.
Actually, right when we started the podcast, I remember you came up instantly. Nicole's like, I have the perfect person. And
Yes.
then now it
One of the
works
first people I
out.
thought of to
Yeah.
ask to come onto the podcast.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm so happy you kept in touch.
Yes, no, definitely. I had to. After that panel, I was like, Elle, this is
You
it.
can tell when you just also like get a
Okay.
great read off, a great
Uh-huh.
vibe off
Yeah.
someone. It's like
I'm definitely big into vibes.
yeah.
Yeah,
I love your vibe.
definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to finally meet
I know.
you.
I'm glad to meet you. I've only heard stories, but I'm so excited that it worked out. And like, look, it comes in, looks amazing, smells amazing. You can't smell, but it
Yes.
smells amazing. Anyways, I'll let you take it off. I mean, we kind of gave your professional bio, but if you want to tell us anything about yourself or kind of how you got to where you are today, and give us a little rundown.
Okay. So, funny story, I thought I was going to be a crime defense attorney or a prosecutor when I went into undergrad. Like, I used to literally say, I'm going to lock everyone who's bad up in, Anyways, had big hopes and dreams, right?
Yeah.
But when I got to undergrad and I learned more about what the criminal justice system was, you know, I'm like, I'm a bleeding heart and I'm good. I don't want to bleed.
Yeah.
So
And it just shows that our paths change. Like you might go into college or law school thinking,
One
I'm going to do
thing.
this, and then you end up doing completely something else.
But talk about polar opposites. Like going in being like, yep, crim, and then now you're like, fashion. So we're like, I like that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I never would have imagined that I would be here and in the IP space at all. Because like I said, I wanted to, change the system.
Yeah.
And then once I realized that wasn't, for me.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm like, I have no idea what I want to do now.
Yeah.
But I still want to be a lawyer. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a gap year. So I took a gap year, took the LSAT. Very interesting time that was.
We all go through
We've all been
it.
there.
We've all been there.
Dark time.
Hated
Yes. If you're listening
Yeah.
to this right now and you're studying for the LSAT, do not worry, you will get through. Just keep
it
pushing.
sucks for everyone. No one
It
enjoys
does.
it.
No,
it
Like,
does. It's torture.
yeah.
It's like a very evil rite of passage.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, took a gap year. I took an internship at a law firm and at an attorney general's office. And I'm like, okay, hate both of these. But I could still see, I could still be a lawyer. That's fine. I still want to do that. Just don't know what the heck I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So 1L year, I met this professor, and he was an attorney as well. And he described himself as a sports and entertainment attorney. And I'm like, some jingle bells started going off.
Yeah.
So I hate the phrase pick your brain, but for lack of a better phrase, I connected with him, picked his brain to death. And then I'm like, yep, this makes sense. Another very long story short, I did ballet and modern mostly for a very good chunk of my childhood.
I was a dancer. I grew up dancing my whole entire life. From
3 to, I want to say maybe 17, 18. So I'm like, I still love dance, but absolutely not. I'm not.
They're hung up. The ballet shoes are hung up.
I'm
yes,
good.
I agree. I will not put point shoes on ever again, no matter how
My
much you pay
feet
me.
still hate me.
Yes, forever. But I can walk in heels.
I was about to say.
I owe that to point shoes.
Absolutely.
My feet are killing me right now because of the
Yeah.
heels, but I didn't dance growing up. I had the cleats on.
Yeah.
I was playing soccer.
You weren't trained like we were for heels every day.
No, but now I'm
you've
training
got
myself.
the upper body and the lower body strength.
Yeah, well, that's why I wear my heels now because I'm like, oh, if I don't make it to the gym, if you put heels on, it's good for the
workout.
legs.
It's a
It's
workout.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
wear heels, everyone.
Yeah. Moral of the story.
You take
put on
one
your
thing
heels.
away from today's episode, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm like, this is it. This is a good fit. I can combine, the things that I love. And then there we go. IP was it.
Amazing. So you didn't even know that you wanted to do entertainment until you got into law school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well into my first year.
Were you always into fashion and sports and just the entertainment industry, music?
I'd say definitely fashion and music.
Okay.
I never even imagined I'd be in tech or gaming or anything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The only games I play are those little match 3
yeah,
games. I know,
Yeah.
That's
Well, I have a brother. I was gonna say I had a brother growing up, but I still have a brother. And he's gonna kill me right now listening to this. But yeah, so I have my brother, and growing up, he's 2 years older than me. I was always playing video games with him, always. And then people are like, "You're playing video games?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm doing sports, video games. I'm growing up with my brother, just taking his lead." So it's interesting you're in the gaming industry.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I hate video games.
I've always
No,
said that.
nobody. You have a brother too.
You still hate them.
Does he play video games?
Probably. I don't know. I stay far away from video games. I'm not good at them. That's why. Even Mario
Yeah.
Kart, I'm like, I can't.
No, I love
But-
Mario.
Funny you
No,
say
I
that
suck.
though.
Yeah, I love it though.
I'm not good. Like very bad. But someone brought up to me in my first year something about you know, when you go around in circles, like, what kind of lawyer do you want to be? And everyone's like pulls the most random things out. And this guy was like, oh, I'm going to be like a video game attorney. And I remember being like,
That's specific.
what is that? Like,
That's really
what is
specific.
a video game? But to be fair,
Yeah.
and I remember thinking in my head, like, what is this guy saying? He doesn't know. Like, I was definitely being not very nice in my head and being like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. But then later on, I realized, well, me turning around and saying, well, I want to be an entertainment attorney.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, realistically, like that, there's so many different avenues that, like,
So
that's
many.
just as like broad, indecisive. Like, I didn't really know what that was at the time, and
Yeah.
I don't think until recently I really realized how many different types of attorneys are technically classified as entertainment attorneys. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I like that it's broad because you can really go into anything. So, like,
Yeah.
if you're into fashion more than maybe music, you can go into the fashion route, but you're still an entertainment attorney. I like that there's so many different avenues that you could take.
yeah,
Yeah,
think it's
it's a
cool.
lot of overlap.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Mhm. I mean, and I
Yeah.
know for you specifically, I mean, we'll get into a bit of your background, but we know based on where you worked in the past, you've done a lot of different aspects of entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
when you talk about the different areas of entertainment, it looks like Elle's tried it. Like, you've done it all.
Yeah.
You know what was like the most, like, what brought my eyes? Yeah, I feel like IP is very like sexy right now. Everyone's like, ooh, I'm one of them. Like, I love the idea of it.
Mhm.
But an area that no one thinks about entertainment is something you worked on is immigration law in entertainment. Like, you touched on everything.
Yes. That was actually a fun time.
Was it?
Yeah.
So, like, I am from Canada, so when I saw all the stuff you worked on, I'm like, first of all, I wish I knew you years ago when I needed my O1 visa. I needed to do all of my work because that was so fun for me. But I want to know all about, like, one, how did you find yourself in immigration law in entertainment? And then two, what was that experience like?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, full of long story short.
I love them.
Did I? Yeah, we're gonna do like the Cliff Notes, the Spark Notes
Perfect.
version. So, very very long story short. So I graduated with my JD in 2017, and I started with my LLM in 2019. In between then, life was happening. Life was lifing.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a job. I'd been scrolling on LinkedIn, Indeed, every place that you can search for a job. That's where I was.
Right.
Everywhere, even Facebook.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And listen, you don't.
No, I love the hustle. That's what you have to
It's
do.
a grind.
If you want to
It's a
make it,
grind
you
out
got to
there.
put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I landed this job at an immigration firm, and it was primarily family immigration and a lot of asylum cases. So I'm like, I don't hate immigration. There's a lot of areas I hate, but immigration isn't one, which is great. But this family visa stuff, I'm
Not
like,
for
I
you.
can't.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
Right.
So bleeding heart thing.
Yeah. Fair. It's a lot to carry on your back on all times.
So while I was taking the LLM, I learned about business immigration, and I took this amazing course at Cardozo. And you guys can audit if we'll talk later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No.
So
No, making notes.
I took this class, and I'm like, okay, this could be a way to weave another thing I like into practice in life. So I went looking for like little clerkships or internships or whatever throughout that course. And then I landed at a virtual business immigration firm and did that for a few months.
That's so interesting.
That's
Did you
really
enjoy it while you were there?
I loved it.
Really?
But those packages are
They're intense.
thick.
I have a question to go off of immigration really quick about your LLM.
Mhm.
What made you want to go back to school and get an LLM? And also, loaded question, do you believe that receiving your LLM from Cardozo Law School made you more, I want to
Valuable.
say, valuable or more like attractive to employers when you were looking to go into entertainment, fashion, that area?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, how I even winded up in the LLM program is because I accepted a little too late, i.e., mid 3L year that I'm not supposed to be a litigator. I'm not going to anybody's court. I don't belong there.
Neither do I. Neither do we.
And I was even on the trial team at NYLS.
You were on the trial team?
I was.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Okay. I didn't know that.
How?
And then you realized it's not for me.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
But you tried it. And I think that's really important. You know, like,
And I
it's
was
important to
decent.
try things and be
Yeah.
like, you know what, this is not for me.
You could
But
be good
put
at it and
yourself
still
out
not
there.
like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true too.
Exactly. So I'm like, yeah, it's time to accept this. But at that point, end of 3L year, all of my experience at that point had been like litigation focused.
Right.
And so I was not a one and done bar examinee. So while I'm, job hunting and doing like little jobs
Right.
throughout, well, I had a fellowship anyways,
Yeah.
but I'm all over the place. But yeah, so in between that time, I'm like, how can I bridge this gap between all of this like litigation type experience and how am I ever going to land in-house or like in the entertainment space
Right.
without like some type of something.
Right.
So I started looking at LLM programs and I'm like, I'll choose Cardozo.
Interesting.
That was all she wrote.
Wow.
Yeah,
We've
that's
actually
really
talked to another
interesting.
guest of ours, same thing, LLM at Cardozo. I'm like, I never thought about it. And now the more I talk to people, they're like, it's a great way to get specialized, like to look more specialized when you're looking to go into a specialized market, which IP being as like everyone wants it, high in demand or high in supply right now. It
Yeah.
does make a lot of sense. So
Yeah.
Yes, and the market is extremely saturated.
yeah.
So
Every other person you ask what they want to do, honestly, I feel like if I ask you a question, 50% of the time I'm going to hear entertainment law, and the other 50% it's going to be something in IP, and that's
Yeah,
like
it's
the go-to.
competitive.
Or
Mhm.
yeah, now you also get the sports, but it's all in the same realm.
it's sexy. It's
It
it's
It sounds great.
Yeah.
it's cutesy.
It does.
Yeah.
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 But it's like it's important that you have the passion for it.
Yeah.
You
Right.
want to have you don't want to just go into it because it sounds
Exactly.
sexy or it sounds like it could be like a great life
Yeah.
style. Like you want to go into it because you're really passionate and this is something you want to do.
Yeah.
Because the most passionate people are the ones that like you're not working. This
Yeah.
is like
And I think
what you love.
the truth of
Mhm.
it is it's probably, and that goes to my next question, but it's probably not as sexy as it even sounds. Like, what is your date?
Yeah.
If you were to give us like a breakdown of your day by day,
Yes.
what's it looking like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that sexy.
No.
Not even a little.
Is it different every day?
Yes, for the most part. So it's a lot of ad review, like very ad review heavy.
Okay.
That reminds me, I need to review an ad on my way home. Okay.
See, always working.
You're
Lawyers never stop.
nonstop,
You're
yeah.
always working.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah, a lot of ad review, and so since I am, marketing counsel, a lot of it is like basically looking for the fine print.
Okay.
Love that.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
A lot of reading.
okay, is that there? That's there. Okay, that's gonna get us sued. Absolutely
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's so funny because when I started law school,
Yeah.
if you put a comma in a wrong spot, that could change the whole sentence and that could get you sued.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important to read the fine print, right? Like you have to sit there and
Mhm.
dissect every sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
law school, if law school taught me nothing else, it's read the terms and conditions.
Oh,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I beg.
Before you click
Yeah.
it, I accept.
Yeah.
Please. Okay.
Some of the things
Yeah.
that got passed through, like coming from an acting background, I remember being like, I never read these before. Like that is a little wild, some of these. So I'm like, I tell
Yeah.
everybody, I'm like, if it's something that's has to do with your career or has to do with like anything that could get you in big trouble, i.e. sued, please read or send it to someone whose job is to
Yeah.
read the fine print.
Because in the
Please.
moment it seems okay, like yeah, I'm just gonna sign this, but no,
Yeah.
it could be a catastrophe. So
Yeah.
you
for
could
sure.
very literally be signing your life away to someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you never know. You never know.
mhm.
Yeah.
Listen, when in doubt, don't sign first. Find yourself somebody else to read it. But you should, I think everyone, especially creators, should have at least like a basic amount of like understanding
Yeah.
of like, some contract terms.
Yeah.
Know what to command F. I keep saying that. I'm like, know what? If there's no termination language in there, that might be a problem. Like,
yeah.
Exactly.
You want to hit on those certain points
Yeah.
in a contract.
Exactly. There are certain clauses and just certain phrases, some language that you should really just know off the top of your head, like anything in perpetuity.
yeah.
Yeah.
You should know what perpetuity means.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, 100%.
so I think that's actually being a content creator and like
Yeah.
being on the kind of other side of that, that's also been very helpful in
Yeah.
practice too. Because I'm like, okay, if I'm working on, let's say I'm working on a project, I immediately just know, okay,
Yeah.
this isn't there.
Yeah.
This contract is not okay.
Yeah. No, I
So.
agree. I actually want to hear your thoughts because I think entertainment law is so interesting, especially within the last couple of years of influencers really like emerging. And, you know, like people can make one TikTok, you know, start something and just blow up so quickly. And then they like, or they don't know what to do because now all of a sudden there's a million people reaching out to them and they're getting like all these deals and stuff. And with deals with these brands comes contracts and comes legal stuff. So I kind of want to hear like your take in an entertainment legal fields, what you think about influencers and celebrities just getting all these brand deals and stuff, and what are the first things that they should look for? Like you said, they should know what perpetuities are. But not a lot of people might not know that. So I don't know if you want to explain what that is and then maybe
Get a lawyer. Sorry.
Get-
That's like my
Okay.
first tip.
Please, literally, I beg.
Call a lawyer.
Call a lawyer. Don't call me.
Yeah.
But call someone.
yes,
Don't call them when it's too late and you're getting sued. Call them
Yeah.
before,
Right.
please.
yes, before everything goes
Actually-
down.
Actually, and you know, another long freaking story short.
Keep going.
Okay.
We love them.
So
I'm like,
before
listen.
CounsELLE Collection was CounsELLE Collection, it was actually called something else that I will not say.
Oh.
And let's just say that I learned a lot about, you know, being a content creator, and I learned way more about trademark law.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, Katie, what was the first thing we did when we started this podcast?
Trademark Girls Gone Legal.
Yep, trademarks it right away.
Yes.
We did work for a trademark. That's how we worked
Yes.
with a lot of trademarks. So I was like, hey, if I
Yeah.
can do one thing, that's it all.
We were like, if we're starting a legal podcast, we got to trademark.
yeah, we
the
can't be
name.
hypocritical. I
Yeah, we
guess.
gotta, we gotta like do what we're the advice we're giving out.
Yes. But you know, I'll keep my opinion to myself. Scratch that. Anyway, I won't say the name of, you know, what the previous company is. I mean, if you look hard enough, you can find it. Not a big deal. But basically, this really large company came after me.
I hate when they do that. They come. That's attack the small
interesting.
creators. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
But it's what a lot of people deal
Yeah.
with all the time.
100%.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fun.
So they came after me. I hired my own attorney. I was gonna fight, and I'm like, you will absolutely, you know, not run all over me.
yeah.
But very happy. I learned. I let it go, and
Yeah.
I chose a battle that was, you know,
Yeah.
better suited
Right.
for my energy. And
Yeah.
look at me now.
There you go.
I mean, you're doing amazing.
there you go. But this is your
Hello.
sign. If
Yes.
you're watching this and you haven't,
Don't be
trademarked your
afraid to
name.
pivot, but also
get on that.
trademark your brand.
Uh-huh.
And make sure you do proper clearance searches, or rather have someone else,
Yeah. Bring someone on to do it.
a licensed IP
Yes.
attorney.
do
your,
some research.
your intellectual property is so important, especially as content creators. So
Mhm. That's
like,
your bread and butter.
that
at
is
the end of the
what
day.
what you do.
Yeah.
So
it's your business.
take it seriously.
essentially.
Like, that's the
Exactly.
biggest
Yeah.
thing.
That's your business. You are a business.
Yeah.
So it's important to, number one, understand what you're agreeing to, and number two, it's good to like just be pretty, you know, well-rounded with what you know, because it's just like, it's so easy to get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
again, perpetuity, that means forever.
Yeah.
So you're very literally signing your property. Like this is literally an extension of you. It's like having a baby.
Yeah.
You're literally licensing, or rather giving somebody your baby, and they give you like a little lump sum
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then say, shoo shoo,
Yeah, can we just talk about your nails for a second? I'm obsessed with them. I'm sorry. I just like love these
Another
nails.
segment of Nicole getting distracted.
I get distracted easily. It's Halloween.
I hope my hands aren't.
And I'm obsessed
No,
with them.
they look amazing.
My birthday's on Halloween, so I'm a big Halloween person. We got like the ghost. It is.
Okay.
October's her favorite
Halloween
month.
baby. It is.
And December, we learned.
Yeah, it's
last
in
week.
December. I'm very random. I love October and December.
Okay, so how'd you feel about Mean Girls Day?
Oh, I love that. I love seeing that. I see it every October. What is
October
it? Third?
October 3rd.
October
What day is
3rd.
it? It's October 3rd.
No, but I love your nails so much. I just needed to point that out.
Just
They're
mid-episode
beautiful.
break of Nicole getting distracted. Am I pretty odd? Shiny.
Hey, it happens to me all day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Sometimes you can't always be serious.
No,
you know,
you
like
can't.
as attorneys, I feel like our profession, like you do have to be like professional and on point and serious and on your game all the time. Sometimes you just need to let loose.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
and just laugh and like be yourself. And
That's a great
Let-
segue into my next question. That was great. That
Yeah.
wasn't planned. That wasn't set
what's
up.
your next question? I wanna
Okay,
hear.
Al, so my next question is when we're talking about being silly, goofy, and
Yeah.
like bringing our personalities out as lawyers, what is
Ooh.
something that you felt that, or maybe some kind of barriers or some differences being a woman in law versus what used to be and now breaking through a male-dominated industry?
Okay, yes,
Loaded.
That's a good question.
Loaded
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Fully freaking loaded. Okay.
Well, it's girl boss, so I'm like, we gotta
Yes.
Hello.
she's the girl boss. We
You
gotta
are the
ask
girl
the
boss.
hard-hitting questions here. So
Period. So, as you can see, I am very, extremely unconventional, right?
I love it. I love every bit of it.
I'm walking into a meeting, I'm walking into an office, more than likely in something bright pink. My glasses are
Yeah.
pink. I love long nails. And I kind of just, like at first, I feel like I tried to conform,
Mm-hmm.
but I learned that that makes me unhappy. And I only want to do
Yeah.
things and, be involved in things that spark joy.
Yeah,
So,
you do your best when you're being yourself.
mhm,
You know,
Great
you don't want to
point.
pretend to be anyone. You just want to be yourself, and that's
Yeah.
when you'll succeed the most. you know?
mhm. And I also, I don't know, I think like my nails and my kind of like my style has kind of evolved from it being kind of like a rebellious kind of thing. Like you will absolutely not tell me who I can be, what I can do. Like
Yeah.
looks have absolutely nothing to do with my intelligence, my
Mhm.
capabilities, and how
Absolutely
dare
not.
you like look at me. I literally had a girl my first semester of law school. Her and another girl were like chatting amongst themselves, and they're just like, I wonder if she spends as much time on the readings as she spends on her makeup.
Wow.
And I'm like,
that's
okay,
crazy.
you're number
Where
one.
you know?
You're,
I'm like,
hello, because
Yeah.
number one, you're
Evidently
worried
I
about the
did.
wrong thing, babe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to try to understand,
Yeah.
I
And
hate that
strict
too when it's, like,
liability. Mind your
women
business.
on women. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
like,
like,
we're
we're all
all
trying
in
to
this
help
to
each
try to
other
like
out.
break through these stereotypes. Like, don't perpetuate. Like, come on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
zip it.
I mean, I would get my hair done like
She gets
every day.
She gets her hair done before
To-
we have
to
a
go,
dry
I'm like-
bar. Oh, you know. I'm
I
like,
would
Yeah.
do
I'm
my
like, you were there.
readings. I would do
She's
my
at the
readings
dry
at
bar every morning.
Yeah.
And you know what? That sparked joy, right?
Yeah, that made me happy. Everyone has their own things that make them happy. Yours is your makeup. Mine's my hair. Like, what's yours, Katie? Give me something.
Plain hair podcast.
Oh, come on.
Binging Love Island.
I know. I love planning
Island.
our podcast. I love it. Like you were saying
The whole
before.
time she's a badass actress.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
When am I even? My brain is full.
Katie is always so busy. I'm like, how do you have time to memorize your lines?
That's she actually. That's
I
actually
asked her that
funny.
recently. I'm like,
We're
how
having
do
a
you?
serious conversation about something. She goes, "Wait, no." Nicole always goes like this. Wait, I really have to ask you something. Always, it's that. Wait, I really need to ask you something. How do you memorize your lines? I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'll always hit you with random
love her.
questions in like the most random time.
Yeah, and busyness sparks joy in me. That's what I have.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. Well,
Yeah.
off
Let's go-
topic. We'll go back to the question. We're reeling it in. We're going back to the barriers for women because I'm like,
Yes.
Yeah.
we're all. It's funny too. I think because we're all experiencing it in different ways. So with like you having a little obviously more experience under your belt, Nicole coming in as like just at a law school and me still in school, like we are still facing these barriers, but they're going to be different. I think you're a great person to advocate for how you have overcome them.
Thank you. I try. And I try to be like the mentor or friend that like I wish that I had back then, because like, number one, like I said, I only want to spark joy.
Yeah.
And being as cut and dry and like, very tan suit only, no crazy nails, no crazy hair, no crazy makeup. That just it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And so it's evolved from like my rebellious thing to like actually it's like a work of art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I love
That
it.
sounds terrible.
No, you embrace it. I love it.
No, that's amazing. I love that.
Do you think that there was anything else that stands out? And like, if not, that it means we're making progress. But like, do you think there was anything that has happened in your like journey aside from like maybe like the examples we've already talked about that made you step back and feel like, wait, are they ranking me lower because I'm a female in this industry? Are they treating me differently because I'm a female in this industry? Have you felt that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's expected.
Especially the men. I don't understand what their obsession is with mansplaining. Like,
I get it.
yeah.
Get it,
But
babe.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for the advice.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I'll
Amazing.
take that in under advisement.
Yeah.
Is that what you do too? Like you're gonna play so nice to it when it happens, or
For the most part,
do you ever call them out?
absolutely.
Ooh, I love it.
Have you met me?
I know. Give me a full rundown.
From
Are
the
you
day I
like?
met you, I always felt so comfortable. Like you ready, like
Yeah.
without even saying it, I was like, no, I need her to be like my mentor. Just
Yeah.
like when I became your mentor, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
Elle, I need Elle in my life.
Yeah.
Cause like you're just so like welcoming, and I just know that you're a boss and you just like stick it to
Yeah, you're gonna tell them
people.
what it is. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
and,
honest.
Yeah.
And you know something, as women, one thing I've noticed changing is that we are kind of becoming more confident, maybe a little delusional, but the good kind,
Yeah.
not the bad
Yeah.
kind.
The good kinds. Sometimes you gotta be a little delusional.
Yeah.
Hey, how else are you gonna make it through these days?
Yeah. I mean,
Have
sometimes
you seen what's going on in the world?
Hello,
Yeah,
the
sometimes
world
you just
is
gotta
quite
go through the
literally
life.
on
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
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 Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that we are walking around more and more with the audacity of a man, of a cisgender white man. And I love it.
As we should. I'm like, they've got to do it for so long. As we should.
Yeah.
It's still primarily dominated
Yeah.
by cisgender white males, but we now are kind of like stepping into ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And like what I mean by that is, okay, oftentimes women won't apply for a job unless they think that they fit into, they check every single box that there is on that application. Like if we don't think that we hit like at least 90% of what they're looking for in that description, many women won't apply. But I bet you that man would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
A
And you just
man
have
is
to-
going to shoot his shot.
Blind.
they don't even know what they're like
Yeah.
shooting
They're
at. They're just
shooting
like, all
their
right, I'm
shots.
gonna do it. Yeah,
Okay, they
that's
are
what we have
shooting
to
their
do.
shots blind,
Yeah.
crippled,
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
broke.
Yeah. Vastly unqualified. Like,
Hello.
And you never know what's gonna happen. That's why we need to start shooting our shots more
Exactly.
and then throwing ourselves into these
Yeah.
things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they get results for many reasons, but because they put themselves out there, because they're not scared to shoot that shot, they're not scared to shoot any shot.
yeah.
So why can't we?
Yeah. No, I
we are
agree.
just as smart
100%.
and just as capable, if not more so.
Mm-hmm.
And a reason like I love that me and Katie started this podcast, and something that inspired me throughout law school was seeing a lot of women attorney on social media. And it was so inspiring just seeing them talk on camera, seeing what they're about. And like, it just really inspired me. And that's why I loved being in MEFLA, because I was able to reach out to a lot of these attorneys and be like, will you please come in and speak?
Mm-hmm.
And now like one day I'm like, I want to be there. Like I want to get to where they are.
Mhm.
And I think that's so inspiring. I think social media has helped a lot with women in this industry, showing like, look, like they're doing it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Just,
I
yeah.
think we're the whole point, and like the reason why I was mainly trying to ask this question was because I think it's so important to like stomp that stigma away that says that women can't get to those leadership roles, right? Like
Yeah.
women can't be general counsel in-house, like they can't do that. Those are male dominated roles. I think that that's such an old school way of thinking, and even if it's not said out loud, it is in the back of a lot of people's head. So I think that's something that you yourself have said you've experienced some of those like underlying like vibes for lack of better words. So I think it's our job as the next generation of lawyers, women, female lawyers coming in to get rid of that. Like, take that stereotype out.
I actually think there was more women in my graduating law school class than there was men.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I actually think there was. Don't quote me on that, and I don't know the exact number,
but it looked like more.
it looked like more.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fact check myself after this, but yeah, because I remember hearing that and being, wow, that is amazing. You know,
I mean, it's a shame that we make so much less on the dollar than them.
Oh, that's crazy how that works, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
And going into sports, that's a big controversy in sports.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
okay, because you do
so
have a
happy about that NCAA case, the NIL stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy
Yes.
about that. Please pay these people.
Yeah.
But
Well overdue. Well overdue.
please,
Yes.
I beg.
Especially it's very and I think that's not even talked about enough, is that like it is the female athletes too. Like, let's not forget, like, they are the ones that are not making all this money going pro. So give them the NIL deals, give them the NCAA deals. Like, they deserve it.
And think about it with like this new class of like ballers.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh yeah, I
these
love
girls are
Yeah.
these girls are just like us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These
Yes.
girls have their nice nails, definitely not quite as long
Yeah.
as these claws, but they have their nails, their hair. Like, have
Yeah.
you seen some of these?
Yeah.
Have you seen
They look amazing.
Flaugiers?
Yeah. I know they're
What's
playing
her
and
last
looking
name? Whatever her last
unreal.
name.
They look amazing.
Yes, and like, what kind of glue or
Yeah,
like?
the makeup not
gel.
moving at all either.
Yes,
That's a
like
guess
how
me.
are these girls? Like, I look at Angel Reese. I'm like, how the hell is
Yeah.
she this gorgeous
Yeah.
after all of that?
I was gonna
She-
say I walk down the street and I'm dripping in sweat, and they're like, well,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
I'm coming
how?
apart at the seams just from a little Metro North ride.
Yeah,
And
yes.
Sha'Carri Richardson is like,
I'm sitting at a desk all day and I'm looking nuts after. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I have to get myself together.
I
And these
know.
girls are working so
gorgeous.
hard and they look
Yeah.
amazing while they're doing it.
I love that was actually a big talking point from the last Olympics, is that everyone was like, look at these females killing it and looking great doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
hello.
as they should.
They
As
look
they should,
amazing.
100%.
Costumes, makeup, everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's such a big opportunity. I don't understand why companies have not thought about it in this way. Like, that's such a big money maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all of this, like,
Yeah.
all of this young and fresh and girly and trendy and badass energy.
Yeah.
Why are y'all not throwing them money in deals?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
100%. I know. talk
Hair
about-
They deserve
companies,
it so
makeup
much.
companies.
Yeah.
I know they want to get women
Well-
into sports more. So how to get us to start watching more sports? Maybe
Yeah.
put women in sports. Pay for women to be on TV playing sports. Maybe then we'll watch, right?
Well, I saw Charlotte Tilbury started, I don't know if she was sponsoring, but she has like a race car now. Did you guys see this?
And didn't like an
Oh
F1
my
car?
God, I
Something,
love
yeah.
That's
I have
awesome.
to look
That's
into it more, but
awesome.
I did see that she was putting like a woman female race car driver, and I saw like a really empowering TikTok that
That's
this
awesome.
woman driver posted, and it was like, "Oh, you probably think I'm the girlfriend," and she goes,
look at
"Just
it.
kidding, I'm the driver."
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's
Oh
sick.
my God,
Like,
that is
I was like,
so.
"This is sick. This is so cool."
Oh, I
That is
love
so
it.
dope. I love that.
Good.
Yeah.
And it's like I want everyone, the biggest takeaway, to bring it back to your last question, is like, be
Yeah.
unapologetic. Be
Yeah.
yourself. You don't have to
Yeah.
just conform and
Oh,
like fit into
cool.
one little box. Like, how
Yeah.
badass is this?
And they're doing it and not like what I love too is they're not gonna go in a regular F1 car and like be like, oh, it's just a female driver. No, we're gonna be us.
We're gonna put
We're gonna put
lipstick
lipstick on the
on the
car.
car.
Yes.
And but like that, what a great
Yeah.
tie back to like how you're approaching life. You're like, I'm not
Yes.
gonna conform to this like stereotypical what a lawyer has to look like because that's not
Yeah.
me. So I'm not
Right.
going to.
right.
Ugh,
I love the
I
saying
love
too,
that.
make up your destiny, because it's a makeup
Yeah, I love
brand.
that.
I love
Yes.
that. That's great.
Like a badass
Great marketing.
makeup
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a way it ties back into her makeup brand.
100%.
So it's like
100%.
there are so many opportunities. Like,
Yeah.
give women a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Like, we're making a way where there is no way, or where there's like
Yeah.
obstacles with
Yeah.
sharks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had to give, we always do this question. If you had to give like one piece of advice to an aspiring young female lawyer, specifically about like these boundaries and like breaking into the space, what are you telling her?
Ooh.
I know the ones
What
you
would
can
you
go more than
tell
one
me?
sentence.
What would you tell me when we first met 2 years ago and you saw me like trying to run these panels and running around trying to like create questions and talk to attorneys?
Oh,
What would
I
be-
said she is about
Yeah.
her business.
Yeah.
She is on point.
She's gonna have a
Yes.
podcast one day.
Okay, I'm like, yeah,
well, we're gonna be sitting together one day
Yeah.
talking a podcast.
I'm like, she's gonna be a great attorney. She's gonna
Yeah.
be a boss.
Yeah.
Like, I think I
Yeah.
told you that when we had lunch the other day.
yes,
too.
you
Like,
did. You did.
I saw you and I'm like, yes. So I would say it's okay to take up space. And, it feels uncomfortable. I'm still uncomfortable. I still struggle with imposter syndrome too. But like at the end of the day, I got where I am by being myself
Yeah.
unapologetically. I've had to, fine tune some things a little bit and, go talk to the lady. Therapy works when you're in law school and or being a lawyer.
Yes.
Just saying. Yeah. So I feel like I just want to encourage everyone to like embrace who you are because that's how you're going to find your tribe. That's
Right.
how you're going to find the spaces that you're supposed to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's meant for you is going to get to you.
Yeah.
May not be when you want it.
Yeah.
I like instant gratification too.
Yeah. You told me that a couple days ago and that stuck with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It may not happen when you would like for it to happen or when you expect it to happen, but stay true to yourself and, tell imposter syndrome to shut up. Like I have pep talks with myself at least 5 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's okay. You got this. Obviously you can do the job or else they would have canned you.
Yeah. You made it this far.
Yes.
Yes.
Like you are smart enough, first of all, just to tie it back to law school and being a lawyer and or just a legal professional in general, they don't let people, just everybody in law school.
Yeah.
And if you're smart enough to get in,
Mhm.
then you're smart enough to finish. You're smart enough to do well.
Yeah.
So
Even in your lowest moments, you can push through that. Yeah.
mhm. So it's just like, again, every day, imposter syndrome kicks my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? Anxiety has like,
I mean, it's a very competitive world to begin with, and then having your own thoughts to compete with, it's
mhm.
so fun.
But it's like 9 times out of 10, we are so much harder on ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're so tough on ourselves. So
Yeah.
be true to yourself, but also be kind to yourself.
Mhm.
And, that's how you're going to find the spaces, people, things. That's how you're going to find like what's meant for you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh,
100%.
What a
100%
great-
agree
I
with
love
that.
it.
I
I
really
love
love
it.
that advice. I'm gonna
I
take
know,
that.
I'm like,
I'm gonna go to bed thinking that
episode
today.
ends here. I'm like, that was
Yes,
great.
That was good. That was a great way to end.
We always say it's so good when we forget that we're podcasting and we're just like listening. We're like,
Yeah.
continue, tell me more.
Yes.
That's how I felt today
Because we're
already.
learning as we go too.
Yeah.
We're talking about it and we're learning as we go. We're learning with the
Mhm.
listeners. We're
Oh,
learning
yeah.
with our guests.
Selfishly, that's half the reason I wanted the podcast. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to know. Like, teach me. Like,
100
please.
yeah.
Like, so no, this is
Oh,
amazing.
another thing, always be open to learning.
Yes, always. You're always learning. Like even as an attorney,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you're always learning.
And I feel like sometimes women, we can be a little, know-it-all energy sometimes, but it's
yeah.
just like, no, we don't know it all.
Yeah.
When you start knowing it all, then that means it's time for you to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Move on to the next.
Yeah, you always
Yeah.
have to be open to learning, always.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But thank you so
Yes,
much
thank
for
you so
coming
much
on this
for-
podcast.
Thank
Oh
you
my
guys
gosh,
for
this is
having me.
amazing.
Yeah, we love that. And we want to finish with a little surprise for
We have
our
a
listeners and you guys.
surprise.
We are so excited.
I'm
Katie,
so excited.
You wanna start it off?
I get to tell them? Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Okay. So we're going to link, first of all Elle's information. So you'll be able to go to the website and see the CounsELLE Collection, what they have right now. But just to keep it fun, Girls Gone Legal and the CounsELLE Collection are actually been doing a collab. So we have a mug. There'll be a picture. Sophie insert photos.
Yes.
There'll be a picture of it. So we are
Somewhere.
coming up with a collab, a mug that we created together that you will be able to, we'll link it. All the links will be here. You guys know the drill, where you can get it and support both the CounsELLE Collection and Girls Gone Legal. So we're so excited. This has been amazing. As soon as we saw the CounsELLE Collection, we were like, oh my gosh, we need to do this. We need to work together. We need to do more than just an episode. We need more.
Yes, we need to collab. We need to do girl boss mugs.
I'm sure this is not the last time you're gonna see Elle sitting here with us today.
Yes.
Oh my
so-
gosh, I would love it. Invite me back.
You're
Yes,
coming back.
yes. A new collection every time. It's gonna be a reoccurring.
Love that. Love that.
Yes, and look up Elle's collection. It is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But honestly, thank you so much again for coming. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Yes.
In the meantime, make sure you follow all of our socials, Instagram, TikTok. What else do we have? YouTube, Spotify, and then all of Elle's as well. So we're going to link everything down below. But thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes,
thank you guys.
And in the meantime, stay sharp, stay stylish, and
Stay legal.
Bye, guys.